And welcome to the first game of the afternoon in the men's Supa-Liga between the ECU Jets and the Futsal Factory. And just going through the lineup for today, Factory are without John van der Heijden. Nick van der Heijden starts with Oliver Standing, Livings and Ishida Livings. Madeira in net, and for the ECU Jets, it's the two Geenacker brothers, Adrian Rossi and Ash Rowson. Sean McCracken in between the sticks. As we're off to a flying start here, van der Heijden, one-on-one with Rossi, and he looks to pinpoint that ball to the back post for the runner Livings, who couldn't get there. And McCracken now, Rowson through the middle. And it's been left by Geenacker, who tried to dummy it into the run of his brother, but Jordan Geenacker couldn't get there in time. And Ishida Livings through the middle. Van der Heijden can't get his touch right. And now Rowson trying to shield that one out. And he does a good enough job at that. McCracken goes to Rossi. Geenacker. Liam Geenacker, Adrian Rossi, who played very well last week, scored a couple of goals, and so did this man, Ash Rowson, the man of the match. And that ball through the middle, looking for Rowson on the return. And here he is now, the number 23. We know he's dangerous from both feet. And Rowson at the fixo position where he plays best naturally. And over the top, it's a good ball. Geenacker, Rowson with the supporting run. But Geenacker forced back to Liam Geenacker. Rossi, reverse ball to Rowson, who's got space to maybe work a shot. Opts for McCracken in the end. And into the middle, Rowson on it again. And gets beyond van der Heijden! Rowson on the left foot. We're just saying could shoot from either side, and he's proved us right. What a finish that was from Ashley Rowson. It's 3 goals in 3 matches for the Jets' new signing. And that one, a thunderbolt into the bottom corner. Madeira had absolutely no chance. And van der Heijden to Livings. Van der Heijden again. Ishida Livings. Ishida Livings plays in the first team at Inglewood United. A very highly regarded player in the outdoor game. Made the state team in 2018. Who played a friendly match against Perth Glory. And a former teammate of West Coast Cobras target and state team player Lachlan Ryan. They played together on the under-20 ranks one season, and they were voted the 2 best players in the side. And here he is now, Ishida Livings. It beats McCracken, but can't beat the line. And McCracken's also another Inglewood NPL player, not currently, but played under 18s for them a couple of seasons ago. A very good goalkeeper in both the outdoor and the indoor game was Sean McCracken, and he took out 2 golden gloves the last season he played of Supa-Liga for the West Coast Cobras. He won both the Supa-Liga C and B golden glove, but was ineligible to be crowned the Supa-Liga C golden glove as he took the award out in the higher category. As Ollie Standing, Ishida Livings, van der Heijden. Back to Ishida Livings. Van der Heijden again. Into Standing, who bounces back to van der Heijden. Ishida Livings. And van der Heijden. Return ball. And through the middle of Ishida Livings. Livings with the touch. And van der Heijden goes through the legs of Geenacker and the layoff. The customary toe poke from Nick van der Heijden, but now the Jets are on the counter-attack. Rossi looking for Rowson at the back post, but it's cleaned up by Madeira.
Yeah, it's been a good start for the ECU Jets today. Obviously, they didn't have their best campaign last time out. As we were just talking about that, the number 8, who my co-commentator John Grillich has been raving about, Livings, pops up with a goal. Sean McCracken probably won't be happy with that. That one went under him. Seeing an instant replay here. Rowson just got the ball caught under his feet and Livings. Good finish. So we're back all square here, and Rowson's looking to make it for it immediately, and he does! That's a thunderbolt from Ash Rowson into the top corner. So he give that goal away, but he's definitely made up for it there. And I don't think we've quite got the instant replay down packed, or maybe we have. Here we have Rowson. The camera didn't quite catch that one. He won't be happy about that, but he'll be happy about the goal. So Rowson started life at his new club, the ECU Jets, after transferring from us at the West Coast Cobras. Last season, 4 goals already this campaign. As ECU is starting to roll their subs. Fouled there is Jaden LaCastro, who plays his outdoor football out at Wanneroo City. A good player, very intense. And one of my favourite ECU Jets players, Suarez, has just come on, the number 9. He's a very good target. Got some good strength there from the Factory's number 99, Lewis Phillips. I haven't seen him before. I believe it's his first game. It's a good ball by Rowson to LaCastro. And well defended there by the number 99, Phillips. So we've got definitely a good game on our hands here. 2-1 early on. Lots of chances, lots of goals. This is definitely going to be a day for attackers, not the goalkeepers. Nice turn there by Suarez. LaCastro plays it inside. Rowson gets it at the back. LaCastro, Suarez. He cuts inside to Emery. Puts his foot on it. LaCastro, it's a beautiful build-up and a good save there by Maduria, the Futsal Factory goalkeeper. LaCastro. Rowson from distance. That was a good save there by Maduria. Straight at him, you'd expect him to, but save nevertheless. Livings standing. Livings goes over the top. Phillips will give chase. McCracken up rather than out. High boot there by the ECU number 6. Castro. Referee Farrell says no. Livings, that's a nice flick. Phillips, a bit slow off the one. And Rowson could be on here for an early hat-trick. Toe poke. Good save there by Maduria, rather. Rowson checks out for his first minutes on the bench as Supa-Liga Team of the Season player Adrian Rossi checks in. He's a 2-time Team of the Season player as well. As we got the number 11 from Futsal Factory giving chase there. Livings, the brother of, I'm assuming, the brother of Alex Livings. Van der Heiden was giving chase there. McCracken did well. Just almost dummied that one out of play. He's got it here. As G-Naka checks in. That was a good idea by Suarez. G-Naka just couldn't get it. Van der Heiden's calling for a sub. It's all going on here. So an interesting thing about Futsal Factory is they do normally play with just the 1, maximum 2 on the bench, and they've got the 2 today. They're missing their stalwart John van der Heijden. So I think if they go down today, they can just blame it on John. A good head there by Rossi. G-Nacker flicks a toe rather than gets a touch. Rossi, good inception. G-Nacker's here. And that was a wayward pass there by G-Nacker.
As the Futsal Factory ball from the side, standing, Livings. Ashida Livings in the middle, Phillips, and a good bit of pivot play, but McCracken claims it in the end. And G-Nacker, Rossi. Under pressure from Livings and gives it away. Standing, driving forward now. Livings cuts inside well and still going. But he loses out in the end. Well defended by Rossi. Standing. Phillips. He gets the shot off Phillips, but to no avail as G-Nacker back on now. Bounces to Rossi. LeCastro's over the top and it's a good ball. But Madeira comes out and collects. As standing, Livings, Ashida Livings. In the middle for Phillips, who dinks it back out to Livings. A 1-2 and Livings is on the right end of it. Phillips on the overlap now and Ashida Livings. He's forced back, standing. Ashida Livings on the wing and down the line. Phillips, or it was Livings rather. Rossi clears that one into Ashida Livings and Factory have a corner. And ball to the back post. It's still alive here, but ECU clear their lines and now standing under pressure by LeCastro and G-Nacker. And he's done well to draw the foul there, standing. A good use of the body. Ashida Livings. And it's been called back. Standing. Ashida Livings. He's got Phillips at target, who gets it on the outside and looks to get beyond G-Nacker, but G-Nacker does enough. Livings, and the ECU Jets appealing for it, but the decision goes against him. Livings in the middle of Ashida Livings, but he's lost out. Almost won it back, and now with Rossi, who dinks it forward. Rather easy for Madeira, who plays it to Standing. Livings is in support, but Standing opts for the ball down the line, which probably wasn't on. Asher Alston, the dual goal scorer, back on now for the Jets. And Rossi linking up well with G-Nacker. Phillips, 1v1 with Rowson, who's usually good defensively in these kind of situations. Ashida Livings in the middle. Standing holds it up well with Phillips now, who has Livings, and in the middle looking for Standing on the return, but it's a loose pass really. And Ben Emery coming back on now. Rowson, they're tempting him to go long. Plays the flank instead. And now he goes through the middle for Emery, but it's a poor pass by the high expectations of the number 23. As Nick van der Heijden back on now. And van der Heijden to Phillips, who stands up Emery before looking through the middle. Is controlled with the heel of G-Nacker. Rossi, good first time ball out. Emery, Rossi's in support. And Rowson is to his left, but he opts to go himself. The back roll to Emery, who goes through the middle and finds Ginaka. Recycles possession back out with Rowson, who's looking like he wants the hat trick. And that shot was venomous, but blocked before it could reach the goal frame. And down the line, Ginaka, can he keep it in? Not quite. Madeira will retake or restart. Madeira, Nick van der Heijden, Livings down the line, and it's a loose ball. McCracken will restart as Ginaka checks off. Lucas Suarez back on, and Emery on the ball now. He's got Rowson in support. Rossi in the middle and opts to use him. Rowson and Suarez through the middle, but Madeira collects. Van der Heijden standing, and immediate pressure coming from Suarez. Livings. Van der Heijden, the 1-2, and here's him behind. But McCracken makes himself big. And a shot there from Livings.
Get back, boys.
And Suarez! But it's a good save by Madeira. And the ECU Jets have a ball from the side. And that shot blazed over. Standing. Livings. Back to standing. Ishida Livings. And he looks for the dink forward. But Rowson gets it back for the ECU Jets. LeCastro. Suarez through the middle looking for LeCastro, but Madeira claims that one nicely. And Rowson intercepts down the line. Ash Rowson. And that one dipping past the far post. You think the hat trick is on for the number 23. He's looked extremely lively. And if it stays the same, he'll pick up his second consecutive man of the match. And Suarez. Emery. Suarez. Still Suarez. And it's a bad foul there, really. Clipped him from behind. And it's a dangerous chance for the ECU Jets. A man with the prowess of Ash Rowson standing over the set piece. However, it's maybe a little bit further back than he would have wanted. The number 23 is lethal anywhere inside the attacking third. And Madeira. Kyle standing on for his first minutes of the game. Maybe carrying an injury as you'd expect him to play more in other circumstances. Oliver standing. Nick van der Heijden. Through to Kyle standing, who goes to that first time ball. But it's cut out by Suarez and Rowson. He's wanting that long option. You can see it. But he opts to keep the ball on the floor and finds Suarez. LeCastro, a 1-2, and that's done very nicely. Jaden LeCastro, what a goal this would be. Still going. Madeira denies him at the death. But great feat from LeCastro to sit the defender down, and Ash Rowson down the line, but it's given away. And Van der Heijden now looks to take on LeCastro. And again, but Rowson cleans up nicely. Emery's on the overlap. Suarez. Rowson looming in the center. Suarez goes for the shot. And that one trickled past the post. And Phillips, he's back on now, over the top. And it's a great throw from Madeira. McCracken does enough. And Suarez now. He's done well there, Lucas Suarez. Comes the play down. Emery, Rowson. LeCastro down the line. And that one off the foot of Phillips. Rowson down the line. Emery, can he keep it in? Just about. Rowson. LeCastro back to Rowson, who's dictating play from that pivot position. The Andrea Perlo of the ECU Jets. And Rowson still going. Suarez to Rowson. And the number 23 can't get there. Yeah. Madeira goes short, standing in the middle. Phillips, a good turn, but a touch too heavy. He can't keep it in, and with 3 seconds left, the ECU Jets are happy to go into the half, leading 2-1, and the halftime whistle goes. Yeah. And both teams take the court for the second half.
As we can just see a wild Dan from Marto just walking off the court there. Obviously he wants his moment in the spotlight. Doesn't want to give Ash Rowson all the glory. As we start the second half now, ECU Jets 2-1 up against Futsal Factory, with courtesy of 2 goals from Ash Rowson and a Livings goal of the Alex variety for the Futsal Factory. So that's Harry Livings. He chips in to nobody in particular. McCracken, he'd be wise to start slowing this game down, but maybe that's just me. McCracken plays it out to... That was Jaden LeCastro, and then he gave it to Suarez, and they made a beautiful run through the middle. And Suarez was just off with his ball, but it was a great idea. Standing. So I think it's interesting also to note that both the Standing brothers that play for Factory were with the ECU Jets last season. Maybe a bit of a rivalry. Maybe we're just trying to create something out of nothing. So that's Standing there. He gives it back to Livings. And that was a fine pass there by Phillips, but Livings just let that go under his foot this time. But he's had a good game, so we won't hold it against him. Castro gives it back to Adrian Rossi, the ECU Jets danger man. Here he is. Nice back roll there to Suarez, the Castro. G-Naka. Rossi. LaCastro, Liam Ginaka, who's also got a brother on this team, Jordan. He's been around for ages and he comes on now. He's telling his brother to go high. As Livings gives that wide to Standing. Oh, that was a good idea. To give this to Van der Heijden. I think he just wanted it just in front of him rather than behind. LaCastro. Rossi. Ginaka. LaCastro. Ginaka. LaCastro. Ginaka. He can turn and shoot. Resets to Rossi. Rossi gives it wide to LaCastro. Back to Rossi on the left. He cracks one. Livings did well. We could see a counter attack here. Livings is getting his shirt pulled. And that was probably a foul in my opinion. But not too many complaints from Livings, so maybe not. That was a good ball by Liam Ginaka to his brother Jordan. He turns. Rossi, now he's suddenly created a 2-on-2. Ginaka. It's a good save there by Maduria for the Futsal Factory. I haven't seen him before, I think. I'm not sure if he's been around. They're missing their stalwart keeper.
James Tarver.
James Tarver, that's the one. Rossi cracks on the left, and that's a nice finish there by Jordan Ginaka. See if we caught this one on the instant replay. We didn't, or maybe we did. I'm not sure. Now we are gonna say we didn't get that one on instant replay, but I'll describe it for you. Rossi off a corner, left foot, and Ginaka with a deft touch. Livings. Wide to Van der Heijden, who gives it. Oh, it's a beautiful ball there to Harry Livings. He couldn't make it count. Standing. Livings. Van der Heijden. I think it's going to be one of them three who was just mentioned. If Futsal Factory are going to turn this game around, most likely Nick Van der Heijden. That's a great tackle there by Livings. Gives it to Van der Heijden. You could save by McCracken. A great double save there by Sean McCracken straight at him. But you got to save them nevertheless. Standing. I think that was a good block there by the number 7 Emery for the ECU Jets. Standing. Van der Heijden. Oh. Went to the back post there too. Livings, Harry Livings. He couldn't quite do what Jordan Ginaka did prior. Ashrausen goes long. That one just runs out of play. It was a good idea. Ginaka maybe not quite quick enough. That's what Ashrausen will be saying anyway. Livings gives it to his brother. Standing, he's getting pressed. There's enough there. And that's a Futsal Factory ball. Good call there by the referee. Livings, Standing. It was a good idea there.
Give him the ball, come on.
Rowson's going to take this side ball. He switches the play to LaCastro. Goes wide to Ginaka. Ginaka's just slowing the game down here. Smart play. Emery. Some good rotations going by the ECU Jets since we say that they give it away. And Standing. What can he do from this? Emery standing him up, and he's gone past him. Oh, that would have been some goal there by Oliver Standing. In the end, Emery probably did enough forcing him onto his left. McCracken. Ginaka flicks on. And that's a poor throw there by the factory keeper. Straight to Ashrausen. LaCastro! And that is a great finish by Jaden LaCastro. As he checks out. So it all came there from a poor throw from Adura, the factory keeper, who give it to Rowson. He did a nice reverse ball, and Jaden LaCastro, good finish. So Factory, I've got it all to do here. 4-1 down with 30 minutes to play. And ECU, who I believe are 2 for 2 this season.
They lost to ASC in round 1.
Sorry, they're 3 for 2.
Or
2 from 3 if they win today. So it's been a good start by ECU. Factory are
They are 1 draw.
one draw, 1 loss, and today,
They'll lose again today.
yeah, it could be another loss. But Factory, who are former Supa-Liga WA champions in years gone by, maybe age is catching up to them. They won't like me saying that, but it could be true. Nick van der Heijden can't do it all himself forever. Here he is, Nick van der Heijden. A golden boot winner last time out. Last time he was involved with the Futsal Factory 2 seasons ago. Here he is here. Standing, gives it to Livings. He does well. Unfortunate there, and van der Heijden's checking out here for Standing. It's actually a free kick. Factory, I didn't quite see what that one was for. Looks like Phillips has stood over it with Standing. That's Carl Standing, the number 7. He runs away from it. He's having none of it. Phillips blasts it, and that goes out for a goalkeeper's. No, sorry, that's actually gone out for a side ball. Rowson switches it to Rossi. Rossi gives it inside. LaCastro. He gets it back here. He did well. Suarez. That's a great touch by Suarez. To Rowson. He's still looking for the hat-trick. Standing does enough. And we've got a 2-on-1 with Rossi. If they can make it count, they can't. Rossi does well. And he's got it again here, Adrian Rossi. And now he's turned into a 1v1. And Livings did enough to stand up, but Phillips really had to do better there. And it's a 2-on-1 against ECU, who are very well drilled defensively. You don't get too many chances when they're playing like this. So you got to make them count when they come, and unfortunately Factory haven't done that so far today. With 10 minutes left, it could be too late, and with pass like that, it's definitely too late. Rowson to LaCastro. He's driving at Livings. Step over on the left, and that one just goes wide. LaCastro has played well today. He's had a good game. Standing. Gives it to Phillips, the big target man. He does well there. Lucas Suarez does very well. He's come away with it, and it's now 3-on-3. Suarez, he's had a quietly good game today. There when you need him. And it's a good save on Adura, but ECU probably could have set that corner up a bit better. Someone at the back post. As we say that, Rowson comes away with it. Here's his chance for his hat-trick. Ash Rowson! And he gets it. It's a good finish there by Ash Rowson. And made that one all by himself. And we've got a Futsal Factory timeout.
And as we're back with the Asher Ash, The Ash Rowson show is currently 5-1 to the ECU Jets, courtesy of an Ash Rowson hat-trick. Standing, Van der Heijden, Phillips, down the line, Livings, cuts inside, but McCracken makes the save. McCracken releases long, Geenacker, he's got the back post, and Jordan Geenacker couldn't convert from close distance. However, it looks like it took a touch from a factory player on the way through. They'll get a side ball. LeCastro cuts in, and still LeCastro, but Madeira claims it. And through to Van der Heijden. In the middle, standing, Van der Heijden. That one from distance isn't going to cut it. And McCracken now. Geenacker. Rossi. Down the line, looking for Geenacker. Can he keep it in? And the touch line beats him to the ball. Olivier Phillips. Geenacker's won it back. But a good tackle from Phillips. And now Factory have an opportunity. Standing. Was there a foul there? There was. Phillips went bowling over. And you'd think Van der Heijden will be lighting this one up just past the 10-metre mark, perhaps. Nick Van der Heijden, he's got a powerful effort and can definitely test McCracken from this kind of distance. Van der Heijden into the wall. Standing across Van der Heijden. Standing again. Van der Heijden looking for options and uses Living, so he goes for the back row, but it's intercepted. Geenacker, and now a 3-on-1 for the ECU Jets. Jordan Geenacker on the outer side, squares it, but it's a loose pass. And now Van der Heijden on the counter, 1v1 with Rossi. Can he test McCracken? He does. But it's a fine save from the shot stopper. End to end this game is. Now Phillips, he gets beyond LeCastro and fires that shot into the back of Rossi. And Standing is showing for the ball. Phillips is going to be quick. Just about gets it off the line. And Phillips, 1-on-1 now. Standing. He loses out. That one's been intercepted by Rossi, who's come away with it at pace. Adrian Rossi. He's got Geenacker square, that one won by Standing. And now Phillips, but the Jets get back quickly over the top. Intercepted by Rossi. Suarez on the left foot. And that one didn't miss by much. Lucas Suarez, he's proved. Jaden LeCastro. I'm getting confused. The two look somewhat alike. But Jaden LeCastro, he's proved to be quite good on both feet as he gives away the ball there. Rowson has Van der Heijden in front of him, and Van der Heijden opts. That foul's been given. And he's helped up there by Jaden LeCastro. Oh, he's helped up there by Geenacker, rather, was Standing. And Kai was standing over the ball.
Was that funny, that, John? Was that funny?
And what can he do here? Standing into the middle, Ishida Livings with the back heel, but can't direct it goalward.
So we've just had a comment from Lewis Mills, who told us to drag Jordan Geenacker. Lewis, your number 9 shirt is being worn by Suarez, and he's playing much better than I've seen you play. So maybe stay in Barley, boss. Back alive with play here. Standing gets past 2. Ralston says no, and then gives him the stare down. Ralston's having none of it today. Standing back to Livings. Steady gives it to his brother. Livings. Standing. Livings goes for the death chip forward. Rowson reads it. And he wants 4. Ash Rowson does well there. And gives a cheeky chip to LaCastro. Emery. Rowson. From distance. That was a good save there by Madura. Madura. Livings. Rowson does well. Save by Madura. I think he was looking for LaCastro in the middle. Rowson gives it back to... That was Suarez, and he went to Emery, and Emery probably should have gone for the back post there. But with ECU 5-1 up, it's not the end of the world. Not today, anyway. Van der Heijden. Kicks it out wide to... That was a nice parallel flick there by Standing. He was looking for the run of Livings, who's played well today. Emery to Rowson. He's still on for 4. And he drags that one just wide. Madura. Livings. Van der Heijden's got it. He gives it back to Livings. With 2 minutes to go, I think it's borderline impossible for a factory comeback. Van der Heijden. Van der Heijden, oh, that was a sharp shot and a sharp save there by Sean McCracken, who's played well today. He's kept his side in it. Probably won't get any recognition, but a very good game there by Sean McCracken. Livings has got it here. Nice feet there by Livings. Being pressed by Emery. He's not going anywhere though. Emery did very well. Livings did better. Standing, flicks on the line. Rossi doesn't quite do enough. Standing, and well defended there by Adrian Rossi, who recovered twice over. Van der Heijden's going to want a toe poke here. He's not. Standing, and that's an ECU ball, and that probably sums up the game there for the factory. Rasta still wants one more. Who can blame him? Livings. Gives it wide to his brother Harry. Nice touch there by Standing, who gives it to his brother Standing. So now we've got a quartet of brothers on the court. Livings to Standing. Standing to Livings. Livings back wide to Standing. ECU remaining resolute in defence. Resolute, I should say. Livings Standing. He's trying to take on Emery, and he runs out of real estate and runs out of the pitch. The scorer is Lewis Mills. Just know it wasn't you. Just know that. As ECU running out 5-1 winners with 30 seconds left. I'm not sure there'll be too many changes in the scoreline. And that is going to be a corner ball. And Factory aren't really set up. Rowson can crack a shot, and Rossi should have been in the back post there, and that would have been one more. Livings is being pressed by G-Nacker, and Livings tried some sort of touch there. G-Nacker tries to flick it into Rossi. Livings says no with the back heel. Standing, Factory are going to go for the old next goal wins. Livings, 5 seconds left. Phillips, and that is going to just about finish the game. So that is the end of ECU Jets running out 5-1 winners over the Futsal Factory. We'll just run through the scores quickly. Ash Rowson got 3. Adrian Rossi got 1. Jordan Ginacker got 1. And the single goal